Feeling free to get comfortable. You can float the eyes closed if you like, or hold a soft gaze, and just beginning to bring some awareness to your breathing. And so you don't need to change anything about your breath, just noticing the rise and the fall of your chest and belly, observing any sensations in your body, feelings of soreness, of openness. And then over the next couple of breaths, we'll start to shape the breath. You can place a hand on your belly if you'd like. And so taking your time with your breath, breathing in slowly, belly expands. And as you exhale, belly releases. Continuing with your breath, breathing in, feeling that expansion, and breathing out and feeling that release. We're going to add to that breath here a little bit. So breathing in, expand. Hold your breath at the top for a moment or two, and then slowly exhale. Hold your breath at the bottom of the exhale for a moment or two, and then start again, breathing in. Expand, hold your breath for a moment or two. Exhale. At the bottom of the exhale, holding for a moment or two. Continuing here, your own pace, your own breath. And you can go ahead and release your hand from your belly if you haven't already. Allow your breathing to return to a natural rhythm. And so when I say natural rhythm of breathing, that's a rhythm where you don't have to think about what you're doing. You're just kind of allowing the breath to flow. You can float the eyes closed if they haven't been, and just take a few moments to listen within your heart, noticing any of your emotions, observing any of your thoughts or anything going on in your life that is taking some of your mental energy or your emotional energy. And if you'd like to invite that into the space, you can. And so in yoga, we call that an intention or dedication for practice. So as you move mindfully and you breathe mindfully, you can keep that intention or that dedication in mind and almost use your practice as a way to just further that dedication along, a way to cope with whatever may be on our minds, a way to really work towards whatever it is that we are trying to improve or work towards. Finding some movement here in the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles, maybe reaching the arms up overhead. And gradually making your way up towards the edge of your seat. And then as you arrive, taking a few moments here to observe how it feels to sit without back support. And bringing your hands to heart center, we'll start to move with breath, breathing in, chest open, shoulder blades squeeze. Exhale, hands back in. Breathing in to expand. Exhaling to release. A couple more times. And taking a breather, pausing for a few breaths. And we're going to take a similar movement here. This is good for the rotator cuff muscles, the muscles near the shoulder blade. So bringing your elbows to your sides and a little bit in front. You're going to squeeze near the armpit region, breathing in. Elbows stay tight to the sides, hands come outward. Exhale back in. Breathing in, fingertips pointing away from you, squeeze to open. Exhale, release. So you may not be able to move your arms out as far, and that's okay. This is more kind of working the muscles on the outer parts of the shoulder blade, the rotator cuff muscles. And you can go ahead and gently unwind, pausing here in stillness. Noticing what you're feeling in your body, remembering your purpose for practice, that dedication. We're going to next take some cat-cows. So you can bring your feet wide, creating a little bit of space for your trunk. Hands can come to the knees. We're going to pull on the knees, bring your chest forward, looking up, breathing in. Exhaling and press the knees away, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale to shift your body weight forward, looking up, chest forward. Good. Exhale to shift your body weight backward, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. Continuing your own pace, your own breath. Using those hands as leverage here to get a little bit more range of motion if you'd like. So as you come forward, if you pull on your knees a little bit more, you'll get a little bit more range of motion and stretch. You can go ahead and come on back to neutral, pausing here in stillness, noticing what you're feeling in your body. We'll take a couple of rounds of mindful breathing here. So one hand on the belly, breathing in. Belly expands, hold your breath at the top. Exhale, release. Hold your breath at the bottom for a moment. Breathing in, expand. Hold your breath at the top and exhale to release. Couple more times. You can go ahead and gently unwind, releasing your hand, pausing here in stillness. And we'll go ahead and take a twist next. So lifting the chest, pull the belly button up and in. We're going to walk both hands either over to the right knee, or if you want more stretch, you can come to the outside of the right leg, or even holding onto your chair. And as you're here in this twist, relax the shoulders, noticing how your breathing is affecting sensation. You can gently find some movements, chest towards the seat of the chair versus chest away, noticing how that feels. Now, if you want to challenge your core, you can keep your upper body where it is and now release your hands, bring your hands to heart center. Now using your core to hold you in that position. Making sure you're breathing, remembering your purpose for practice, that intention. And gently coming on back to neutral. You can go ahead and pause here for a few breaths, noticing what you're feeling and settling into your breathing. So as we move more, your breath may change in terms of the pacing, in terms of the depth of your breath. And so it's very expected that the breath may change as you move more. As we go through our lives, we experience different emotional states. The breath may also change. And so yoga teaches us to bring awareness to the breath in all these different states: when we're relaxed, when we're distressed, when we're exercising, when we're still, when we're laying down versus when we're sitting. And so bringing your awareness to your breath in all those different contexts and becoming familiar with it. We'll go ahead and take the other side. So lifting the chest, pull that belly button up and in, and then you can rotate and twist your body a little bit to the left. You may stop at the knee, or you can come to the outside of that left thigh, relaxing the shoulders. Maybe you'd like to hold on to the chair. And then from here, finding some movements. So chest towards the chair or chest away. Continuing your own pace, your own breath. Good, and coming on back to neutral. Pausing here in stillness. We're going to take a modified triangle pose next. So making sure you're at the edge of your seat. We're going to extend or partially extend that right leg a little bit out towards the right. So at about a 45-degree angle. Left leg can stay where it is, or if you'd like a little bit more stability, you can step that left foot a little bit away from you towards the left. So lifting the chest. We're going to rotate the trunk towards the left. We're going to take that a couple of times and then come back in. Breathing in, twisting to the left. Exhale, chest comes forward. Inhale, twist. Exhale, back forward. Very good. And the next time you open up the chest to the left, stay there. Core is active, belly button pulling up and in. Left hand can stay on the hip. Right hand is going to start to slide down the inside of that right leg. So maybe you stay near the knee, or you can hold on to the lower leg. Twisting your trunk to the left. Settling into your breathing. If you'd like to challenge your core, just lightly, only lightly touch with the right hand. So that way the core is doing most of the work, holding yourself up as well as twisting you. Couple more breaths. And then gently coming on up. Releasing, coming back to neutral, pausing for a few moments. Noticing your breathing. And so for me, one thing I observe is when I'm twisting, sometimes that affects my ability to breathe, especially if I'm having a little bit of back pain. There's no judgment or expectations, just simply observing what's here. Noticing how your breath changes depending on what position your body is in, depending on what level of activity your body is going through. And so how does the breath change and morph to fit the moment? We'll go ahead and take that on the other side. So bringing your left leg a little bit out, extended at a 45-degree angle. Right leg can stay where it is, or you can step that right foot a little bit out towards the right. We're going to lift the chest. We're going to take some twists first. So breathing in, twisting towards the right. Exhale to pause or come back to neutral. Inhale, twist. Exhale, come back to neutral. A couple more times. One more time. Now, as you're here, we're going to twist again towards the right, pausing there, continuing to use your core. And then you can take your left hand is going to slide along that left leg on the inner portion. Right hand can stay at the hip. And then continuing to twist your trunk towards the towards the right. And so as you're doing this, if you want to challenge your core further, maybe just lightly touch that left hand to the leg and use your core to support you and do most of the work. Remembering your purpose for practice, that intention or dedication. A couple more breaths. And you can go ahead and gently unwind, coming back to neutral. Releasing, noticing what you're feeling. We're going to take a little bit more shoulder work. So earlier on, we were doing a little bit of external rotation with elbows here at the sides. We're going to continue with that, but add to it a little bit. So lifting the chest, we're going to engage the core, belly button tightening up near the spine, and then hinging forward. So as you hinge, try to keep the spine lifted and the back straight. And now with your arms, you're going to keep elbows relatively tight to the sides, fingertips pointing away from you. And then inhale, open, squeeze near the armpits, exhale, close. Breathing in, open, squeezing near the armpit region, the upper back, exhale, close. We'll take that a couple more times. Inhale, open, fingertips pointing away from you, exhale, close. Core still working hard, making sure you're not overarching in the low back, but rather using the core in the front to support. Good. And then taking a little bit of a breather. So we're going to be feeling that mostly here. If you're feeling it more in the front, that's not that it's inherently a bad thing. It's more just we may benefit from doing a little bit less intensity to feel most of the effort back here. And that's where most of the rotator cuff muscles sit, is near the shoulder blade in the back. We're going to take that one more time. You can stay with that one if that was challenging enough. Lifting the chest, pull that belly button in as if someone was going to punch you in the stomach. Hinge forward, keeping your back as straight as you can. Elbows near the fronts of the body. We're going to inhale, open, and lift the arms a little bit outward, keeping that openness and that squeeze near the armpits, and then back in. So inhale, open first, and then move the shoulders away from the trunk and come back in. Breathing in, hands open first, elbows move outward and back in. A couple more times. Inhale, open, extend outward and back in. And so once again, we should be feeling this mostly towards the armpit region. If you're feeling it a lot in the front of the shoulders, I would say keep the movement a little bit smaller and try to perform with as much effort coming from the back and the armpit region near those shoulder blades. One more time. Very good. And you can go ahead and gently unwind, releasing, noticing your breathing, noticing sensation in the rest of the body. Remembering your purpose for practice. We'll go ahead and take our warrior two. So bringing your right leg over to the right, you can adjust your seat. Left knee can stay where it is, or if you'd like to open that hip a little bit out to the side. We're going to rotate the trunk a little bit towards the right to start. Hands can stay where they are, or you can lift the arms up for warrior one. Pressing down through the feet. So if you want to challenge your legs more, the more that you press down into the ground, the more that your thighs and your buttock muscles are going to be active. And then opening the trunk, opening the arms into a T shape. We have the right arm pointing in the same direction of that of that right leg. If this irritates the shoulders, hands can always come to the hips. We're just keeping the arms a little bit lower. We'll start to move with breath, breathing in this expanded position. And then as you exhale, left hand comes to the right. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Continue to press down through the feet. One more time. Exhale to close. Very good. And you can go ahead and relax on out of the shape, wiggling, walking your feet back together, pausing in stillness here. So just noticing what you're feeling, where you're feeling sensation in your body. And we'll go ahead and take the other side. So we've got left leg coming on over to the left. You can adjust your seat. Right leg can stay where it is, or you can widen that leg a little bit outward, rotating the trunk to point in the same direction as that left leg. Taking some breaths. You could also add the arms up for warrior one. And then from here, we're going to open up into a T shape. We got the left arm pointing in the same direction as that left leg. I'm going to start to move with breath. So breathing in this expanded position, right hand, as you exhale, right hand comes to left. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale to close. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale to close. 2 more times. Once again, if the shoulders are bothering you, you can keep the arms down a little bit lower. Beautiful. And go ahead and gently come on out of the shape, wiggling, walking your feet back together. You can lean back into your chair. We'll take a little bit of a hip stretch. So at the edge of your seat, option 1, you can come onto the outer edge of your right foot and pressing the knee outward to stretch into the outer buttock. Option 2, crossing that right ankle over top of that left thigh, leaning forward. If you want to stretch a little bit into your back, you can lean both shoulders over to the left while pressing that right knee away. And that's going to get into the outer buttock on that right side, as well as the right side of the lower back. Remembering your purpose for practice, taking some breaths. You can go ahead and gently unwind. We'll take the other side. We've got left ankle crossing on top. You can either lean forward or lean with both shoulders over towards the right. So stretching into the lower part of the back. Noticing your breathing, observing sensation. And once again, the other option for this, if this irritates the knee or is too tight, you can always stay on the outer edge of that left foot, pressing that left knee a little bit out to the side. Will be a similar stretch, but not as intense. You can go ahead and come on out of the shape, leaning back into your chair. We'll take a little bit of a twist here. So both legs coming over to the right, upper body's going to twist to the left. Taking some deep breaths. And then we'll go to the other side. So both legs coming over towards the left, upper body twisting to the right. And noticing your breathing. You can go ahead and gently unwind. And as you come back to neutral, you can lean back into your chair. We'll start to come to our posture of final rest. And so allowing your body to relax as much as it can in the chair, taking away the effort or as much physical effort as you can. And so we spend a lot of time activating in the core. We're now allowing the core to soften and to move freely as we breathe. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling with a sigh. and find rest. Beginning to deepen your breathing, inviting any movements that feel good. And gradually making your way up towards the edge of your seat. We'll finish with a couple of rounds of mindful breath. So you can bring a hand to the belly if that helps. And so we're going to do that little bit of holding of the breath at the top of the inhale and the bottom of the exhale. So we essentially have 4 phases to the breath: inhaling, holding at the top, exhaling, holding at the bottom, and then continue. And so bring a hand to the belly if that's helpful. Breathing in, hold your breath at the top, and then exhale, holding your breath at the bottom, and continuing. Your own pace, your own breath. And finding about a 1 to 2 second pause at the top of each inhale and the top of each exhale. If the mind wanders, no worries. Just pick right back up again and start again. And that's also part of the practice, is that losing focus and then refinding your focus. We don't always look for perfection, but it's really that intention and that willingness to try again. You can release your hand from your belly, allow your breathing to return to a natural rhythm, bringing your hands into any other posture or any posture of your choice, either hands on the heart or hands together, anything of your choice, offering some gratitude and love towards yourself. It's always an honor to share space. I offer peace. Thank you.